Hello and welcome to this special edition of Academy 30. I'm Shane Clarke.
And I'm Sam Hardwell. During the next 30 minutes, we will be taking you on a tour of the various sports academies based here at South Gloucester and Stroud College.
We have an in-depth look at the Filton Pride American football team, an insight to the under-18s Bristol City Football Club Academy, as well as a chat with up-and-coming table tennis star Christoph Zickett.
We will also check out the Women's Rugby Academy, and we have an exclusive interview with golfer Josh Smith as he prepares for the new season.
But first, one of the most successful and well-known academies here at SGS, it is the Women's Football Academy. It provides players for the professional team. This is the Bristol Academy Women's Football Club, but better known as the Bristol Vixens, who take on the likes of Barcelona and Chelsea.
Reporter Josh Keys went to meet Academy manager Lauren Smith and player Jasmine Matthews, who have progressed all the way from Academy upstart to regular first teamer.
With Champions League quarter-final fixtures looming and the new Women's Super League season about to kick off, it might be easy to overlook the Vixens' humble beginnings as a sporting academy at an FE college.
What is the current setup within the academy?
So we've got the Centre of Excellence, which runs from 11s to 17s, and then you've got the college option then from 16 to 19, a development squad which sits underneath the first team, and then obviously the first team. In addition to that as well, we've got mini Vixens that come and they're under 9s, they're really cute.
How successful has the academy season been so far?
They're doing okay. It's been a bit mixed, a couple of losses. I think we're about 3rd in the league now, but we're in a cup semi-final as well, so that's quite exciting for the girls. We played Australian schools yesterday, drew 2-2, and they did really well. So there's some good players, and I think they're coming into it now towards the latter half of the season. So there's quite a few games left to go, and I'm quite pleased with how they're doing.
Do you think the academy will play a key role in competing with the likes of Manchester City and Chelsea?
I think it's something that we have to do because they've got so much money, they can pick and choose whoever they want. So we have to be true to our morals in that we grow players here, they come here, we nurture them, and they become a great talent that maybe Chelsea or Man City eventually buy off us, but we've still got players that can come through. I think that it has to be the way that we go forward to show that we can develop players to play at the top level.
How successful has the academy been in terms of producing talented players for the professional first team side?
Well, there's a few big names that have been over the years. We've got Grace McCarthy, who came here to college, Jazz Matthews, who came here.
How has the academy setup helped your career?
The academy has helped me a lot by training. I used to train every day with the college, and then we had a game every Wednesday and maybe on the weekends as well.
How has academy talent such as Jazz Matthews, who's come to the first team side, helped in the club's Champions League campaign?
She was one of our key players in both legs, I'd say, especially with Barcelona. She defended incredibly when we went out there, and we were just under attack from them constantly. She was, one of our best players. Same when they came here. I think that everyone saw, how amazing she is at defending, how well she broke up play, and then started attacks as well. So she's really key to the way we play and defend. And I think, going forward, she's got a really bright future here as well.
How did the Champions League, especially the Barcelona game, go for you?
Yeah, it was really good. The away leg, I found it great because I didn't have to work. So I had a whole week off, literally just chilling out before the game. On game day I felt great, went for a little walk on the mountains, really good. And then beating Barcelona, beating Barcelona was unbelievable. And beating them at home, oh my God, in front of all the fans. My family was there, my work colleagues, they all came as well. So it's the biggest game of my life.
With players starting their journey at 8 years of age, the production line is healthy, and we look forward to seeing the next crop of players making it onto the big stage.
The Bristol Flyers basketball team are another success story here at SGS Wise campus.
Our reporter Connor Summers went to see head coach Andreas Kapulas to find out how the side prepares for their games.
The Bristol Flyers Basketball Club, the only professional basketball team in Bristol, are now well into their first season of the British Basketball League, the highest level of club basketball in the UK. The Flyers made the most of some healthy investment at the start of the season and brought in 4 new players on professional contracts. In keeping with their tradition, the Flyers have also drawn on players from their ever-improving youth academy. Currently, the Flyers sit in the bottom half of the league table. However, they've surprised a lot of well-established BBL teams by reaching the Cup semi-final in their first season before being knocked out by the Glasgow Rocks in a close two-legged encounter. The Flyers have already played some pretty big games this season, but there are plenty more to come. Let's check in with the head coach of the team, Andreas Kapoulas, to see how he and his players prepare for a big game.
Usually at the start of the week we'll look at our performances over the weekend of the games gone, so we analyse the areas that we can improve, and then as we move on towards the week we'll look a bit more about the next opponent, you know, their offensive and defensive tendencies and what we can do to be successful against them, and that's kind of usually a typical kind of preparation for our week. Game day obviously changes. If it's at home, it's a different routine. We've got a certain thing, you know, players have to be arriving an hour and a half before the game. We have a particular time that they need to be on court and start warming up. And then when we go back there, usually it's about 40 minutes before tip-off. We go to the change rooms and we'll go through our scout report and we talk about the keys of the game, defense, offense, and what's important. And then the players get back on court for the final warm-up with about 30 minutes to go. You've got to take in consideration when food comes in, you know, when are you going to stop and making sure the players are going to eat. I've got a story about the assistant coach, but I'm not going to share that with you. I think, you know, everyone has their little thing, the thing that works for them. I think, you know, some people are superstitious a bit or whatever. I think from our point of view, we have the routine that we have to follow. Some people might have their little individual things that they want to do. It comes down to personalities, I suppose.
With the end of their first BBL season fast approaching, basketball in Bristol is stronger than it's ever been. The only question that remains is how far can the team go in the league this year?
We've got plenty more to come on Academy 30, including table tennis, men's football and golf. Also, we take a look at the newest academy on campus, the women's rugby.
But first, a quick look at the Bristol Pride American footballers.
To be honest, it's been a really refreshing year for me. We seem to have a really good vibe about the team this year. We're a small squad. We're certainly going to be underdogs in every game we go into, and I think that helps. I think that gives us a good fighting edge, you know, it pulls everybody tighter together. I think, like I said, with the sheer size we had and athleticism we had the last couple of years, it was hard to pitch that we were underdogs going into games, and therefore we underperformed. But yeah, this year it's an exciting process for us, and rebuilding I think is always a lot of fun for a coach.
This is my first year. I wasn't so sure about what it's going to look like from the coaching point of view. Having played here before, I knew what it was from the players' point of view, but I'm actually really impressed with the attitudes in practice a lot of the time. I think that on a day-to-day basis we're very strong in that we have a lot of committed members who are turning up to all the right practices, all the right gym sessions, and it's putting us in good stead as a team to go on and perform. I think our results so far have definitely reflected our hard work up to this point.
The pro season's gone really well. I mean, we had a really, really tough game against Hamburg away from home. Hamburg being a top German club team at junior level, and Germany being the sort of defending European champions for the last couple of years. So our guys did really well. We lost by one score, probably had a chance to win it at the end. After that, we had a home game to Holland against the national team, which went incredibly well. We were up very, very quickly in the game, and I think we had our depth into the game by probably about half-time, and it turned out to be quite an easy victory. It was a learning curve for them. They're quite a young team, but for us also, we're in kind of a redevelopment stage at the moment, having lost a lot of players last year. We've got so many new guys this year. It was great to get them an early win.
The coaching staff are really good. We've got three or four main coaches. We've got Coach Ben, the head coach. He's really good, really experienced. He basically overviews everything, head coach. He calls the offensive plays mainly, and then we have defensive coordinator Dave Jennison, who used to play for the team and is paid like out in Europe, like professionally. I think this year's a lot better as a team. We're a lot closer. We get on a lot better. We might not be, I wouldn't say we're quite as individually as good as past years. We've had some real good talent over the last couple of years, or the time I've been here. But this year we're a lot stronger bond as a team, and I think it's really improved on the football field. Like we've won a lot more games. We get on a lot better. I think there's quite a lot of rookies this year, so not all quite as big as we have been in the past. But we make up for that by the good technique we get taught at practice, and just sticking together and playing for each other.
Well, I'm delighted to say Josh Keys joins us here now, and for the reason being, he's gained a scholarship at Austin College in Texas. Josh, you must be ecstatic.
Yeah, I'm delighted. It's something I've worked hard for the last few years. All the hard work's paid off and my dream's coming true.
Could you just tell us a bit about how the scholarship came about?
So I had to take an SAT test. It's like the American test to get into a university over there. I got a good score, and that earned me a certain amount of scholarship money to pay for the uni, so it's good.
And how about accommodation? How's that going to work out?
Not quite sure really. It's just you share a room with someone else who attends a college. You can request someone, but I'm not too fussed. And I'll move out there in August.
And what's your hopes and achievements for being over there? What do you want to do?
Obviously, I want to really do well at the sport. I want to be the best player I can be, and carry on well with my academics and get the degree I want.
Well, Josh, I wish you the best of luck, and going back over to the studio to Shane.
That's great news, Josh. Wishing you all the best in your future of American football, my friend. Next up, we have an exclusive interview of semi-professional table tennis player Christoph Zickert, hailing from Germany, recently signing a new contract with a Belgian club. He continues training here at SGS. I got a chance to catch up on his progress.
I started playing because of my parents. They played since they were about 20, and then they took me with them to training, and then I liked it. Decided to play more and more, so I started training twice a week with people my age, and then I got into county. Now I'm here at the academy training 5 times a week as well.
Where do you think table tennis will now take you in the future?
It probably will take me into sports coaching because I like the sport, so I want to stay in it and hopefully get a job in it. So I'm trying to do my qualifications, and I know a lot of people who have qualifications or lead them. I also know loads of coaches, so hopefully they all can help me achieve my plans really to become a table tennis coach.
So there's been some good news. We've all heard that you signed for a semi-professional team in Belgium.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that. What's your next target for this now?
First of all, I'm really happy that I signed that contract. And because I played there last season, didn't have a contract, and my manager offered me one. So I'm pretty proud of myself. To be fair, I want to get into like next level, so either playing in a higher league in Belgium or go into another league in, like, for example, France, or go back to Germany. The league I'm playing is like the second, third or fourth league, so I swap between the teams all the time. I would say Belgium second league, so National 1, is stronger than British League Division 1.
At the top, what league's that?
At the top is Super Division, like players playing there like Paul Trinkle, Warren Jenkins, but also top 100 players in the world.
Obviously, table tennis is looked at as a bit of a minor sport. How do you think it can break through as a more popular sport in this country?
I think it is a pretty popular sport because you've got table tennis tables at schools or in parks, for example, ping. But it's not really taken serious by most people, so they just want to have fun with it. So I think to get more talent and good players into it, they should probably get more clubs open, promote it a bit more, probably take the fees down for tournaments because they're really expensive at the moment.
Obviously, we train at college 5 times a week. The facilities are always changing, they're always upgrading them, doing different things. Currently, what do you make of them?
I'm really happy with the new building they just got in. Especially the gym is a lot better. It's bigger, you got better equipment, then the gym staff is perfectly, like, they got good knowledge. Then physiotherapy does a good job really, because they helped me a lot with injuries and getting ready for tournaments. Yeah, and then I think the coaching quality is really good because we got Joycey who got experience. We got Kevin, who got experience.
And just to wrap this up, there's a few shots in table tennis, so we want to know what your favourite shot is and why that is.
My favourite shot is probably around the net. So you got like net posts on both sides, and you just spin the ball around there, and ideally the ball shouldn't bounce on it, and then you basically won the point, and it looks good.
So it's
like
a bit of a roller, is it?
Yeah,
It
like
rolls over the table.
Yeah, and had them a few times, but they're very rare.
Welcome back to the studio, Sam. Now from one academy to another, this time we focus on football. Let's find out about the Bristol City Under-18s Academy.
They're progressing well in the second division at the halfway point of the 14-15 season. I've been to see them in action.
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, we've had our ups and downs, but overall we've been playing really well as a team, but we've just got to try and push for top 4, top 2.
The under-18 season's had its ups and downs. We've played around 16 games. We've won 8, lost 8, but overall doing alright. We're mid-table. We're trying to push to get into the top 2. Hopefully we're going up, but we've got a young squad for the first years. All the second years play with the under-21s to try and develop them better, but we're with the 18s, the first years.
Probably Newcastle United, because I've always supported them since I was a young boy. I think the atmosphere is up there incredible, so yeah. Obviously the Barca's and the Real Madrids and that, but yeah, Spanish, definitely.
Southampton, because I support Southampton, and that's where I was before I came to Bristol.
Alan Shearer from a young age, I think. Obviously he's retired now, but when he used to score goals and that.
Does that mean you're a striker too?
Nah, I just used to like watching it. Yeah.
Do you wish you were a striker?
Not really, nah.
When I was younger, my inspirational player was David Beckham. The way he just used to put free kicks straight in the top corner, inspired me to want to take free kicks and try and score as many as I can.
Does that mean you're also a wide player as well?
No, I'm not. I used to be a wide player. I joined as a left midfielder, but now I moved into centre midfield. Joining this academy would give me the best chance to be a professional footballer, because it's a good club, going places. Second in League One, trying to push up into the Championship.
Well, I was a young boy, about 9, when I got picked up, so I think at the time, I think there was Championship or League One, and we was going well, obviously pushing for the Premier League as well, so I thought it would benefit me most if I joined Bristol.
The SGF Golf Academy has enjoyed a lot of success over the last 2 years. They've won the coveted Intercollegiate National Championships after finishing runners-up the season before.
The majority of the players who are in those winning teams have since moved on, and the academy has signed a batch of new recruits.
Our reporter, James Williams, caught up with one of them.
Practice makes perfect, so the saying goes, and with the glories of the last 2 seasons behind them, it remains to be seen if the current crop of academy players can match or even surpass the achievements of their predecessors. It's a feature of the Golf Academy that a lot of their players are not from the Bristol area. Many of them travel long distances in the hope of making it all the way in the professional game.
So, Josh, what made you first join the Golf Academy?
Because I come from Wales. Most of the boys I play golf with have come over here previously, and they said this is a place to be to become a successful golfer.
What first got you playing golf then?
My cousin is a former pro. He helped me get into golf by taking me up the range one day. I picked up the club, hit my first ball, and I fell in love with it.
So how's pre-season been so far?
It's been difficult with the wet conditions. It's been hard to actually strike the ball. But to be fair, the greenkeepers at the golf club have done really well to keep it in decent nick.
What do you hope will come from the new season?
From the new season, as a college, for us to do well enough to win more competitions, and for myself to become a better golfer.
Well, all the best to you with that then.
Thank you. Cheers.
With the new season just beginning, the likes of Josh will test their mettle against the best in the country, We wait to see which of the new signings will join the likes of Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy on the PGA Tour.
The Women's Rugby Academy has quickly risen from humble origins to become one of the most successful sport academies at SGS College.
The team have grown massively both on and off the field. But how does an academy go from starting up to achieving such success in only 2 seasons?
Our reporter Jordan Wilkins has been to meet them and has their story.
The extensive roster of academies at SGS College has grown by 1 this year, with the addition of women's rugby. From a standing start in September, the academy has quickly developed into a formidable force within England's youth scene. But how did it all begin? I interviewed coach Matt Belbin to find out.
It started last year. At the time, head of rugby was George Tabner, so I wasn't actually involved at the college at the time. I was obviously aware of this place, I was a former student myself, but I wasn't really aware that they were trying to set up a programme. I knew they had a very, very established boys programme here. It was only when I was speaking to one of the coaches here at the time that he said that they're looking to set up a women's academy. And I overheard that conversation with them, so I got in contact with George Tabner. And I said to him that I'm coaching with Bristol Ladies Rugby and I can help set up a link between the two. So I came in, had a couple of meetings with him. We then decided, yeah, we're going to get something going for September. It doesn't matter how many numbers we have, let's just get it going, get it running. That's kind of how it started.
The secret of the team's recent success has been the high quality of their training regime. With a squad of 23, the players work on all aspects of their game as they aim to sustain their current upward trend.
How has the academy here developed over the past year or so since it started?
So, as I said, back in September when we started with 6 students with the odd 7 that were coming in to do a little bit of training, we've obviously gained the ACE, which is great for us. It helps out a lot and it helps then to advertise the college a little bit more. So now from going from 6 players, we actually have a full squad of 22, which is really, really good. You know, we're able to actually run some team-based sessions, some unit sessions with the forwards and the back. So it's been good because then it's allowed us to go and play friendly games against other colleges, secondary schools and academies across the country. So it's been a massive step up. You know, it was a good development path that we've followed so far.
The current players are clearly enjoying their role within the academy, with many holding ambitions of becoming professional women's rugby players. It's early days for the Women's Rugby Academy, but if they carry on their success, they will be a formidable force in the coming years. Who knows where we will next find their players.
That's all for now. We hope you've enjoyed seeing some of the excellent sportsmen and women we have here.
We wish them all good luck and hope for the college continues to produce the talent of the future.
Until next time, that's a wrap.